Let's have a look at taalleer and the tenses of taalleer, die tye. Opsomming, we've got teenwoordige tyd, present tense, verlede tyd, past tense, and toekomende tyd, future tense. Let's have a look at the teenwoordige tyd. Very simple, it's a stompie sentence, a statement, or a question. It can be in the present. Visse swem gereeld, heerlik in die warm see om meer kos te kry. You have your basic verb there in the second position, and then followed by your time and your manner and your place, an infinitive. Obviously, you can have an object in between as well. In this example, we have a sentence like this. You also can have a negative a sentence as a present tense sentence. Visse is nooit bly om meer kos te kry nie. It follows the stompie rule as we've discussed before. Let's have a look at those sentences in the past. Visse het gereeld heerlik in die warm see geswem om meer kos te kry. So basically our verb 1 just changed to het. It jumped to the back, meaning the end of the sentence before your infinitive. Your verb 2 is always before the infinitive. So with your ge there at the end. If it was a is, it would change to was with no ge and no verb kicked to the end. Visse was nooit bly om meer kos te kry nie. Toekomende tyd, visse sal, so now the verb changed into sal. It got kicked to the end with no ge, and at the end meaning the verb 2's position before the infinitive. In the negative, visse sal nooit bly wees om meer kos te kry nie. The is just changed from is to sal, and wees. Take note that is in future tense changes to sal, wees as your verb 2. Let's have a look at a different example in the present tense, teenwoordige tyd. If you start with your time word this time, gereeld, swem, verb second, visse heerlik in die warm see om meer kos te kry. Of vandag hoor ek die pragtige leeu kliphard in die verte brul om aandag te trek. I want us to pay attention to this sentence first. It's a normal basic time, starting with time sentence with one verb in the sentence. And then if you look at this sentence in the past, it says gereeld het, with the verb kicked to the end of the sentence before your infinitive, visse gereeld in die heerlik in die warm see geswem. So gereeld het visse heerlik in die warm see geswem om meer kos te kry. Now, if we go back and we look at the second example here, very important, we've got verb 1 here and verb 2. Remember, when we work with past tense and there are two verbs, normal verbs in your sentence, like this in this case, you can push the other verb to the back in front of the verb 2. However, you don't have to give it a ge. Vandag hoor ek die pragtige leeu kliphard in die verte brul om aandag te kry. Let's look at the past tense. Gister het ek die pragtige leeu kliphard in die verte hoor brul om aandag te trek. There's no ge there that we have to put. It doesn't have to have a ge because of the two proper verbs. Normal verbs get kicked to the back. Let's look at the toekomende tyd in this example of the normal sentence with the one verb. Gereeld sal visse heerlik in die warm see swem om meer kos te kry. Vandag, with the sentence with the two verbs, vandag sal ek die pragtige leeu kliphard in die verte hoor brul om aandag te trek. So you'll note that this in the future tense and in the past tense is exactly the same. Let's look at the words that changes in the past tense. Kan changes to kon, wil to wou, sal to sou, moet to moes, mag to moch. And remember, het, if you have a het in the present tense, it means have, and then in the past it will become had. Het gehad in present tense. We steal the had there from English and put it in the past in verb 2's position. If we work with passive tense, wanneer ons met leidende vormsinne werk, moet al die werkwoorde gekry. Even if it's present, past or future, make sure all your verbs get a ge, more in detail when we discuss this. Also very important when we work with conjunctions, the one rule that you must remember is the dawn rule, the dan, as, wanneer, nou. These four words changes into TOE in the past. Let's look at the examples. Die man loop oor die straat, dan sien hy eers die rooi lig. Now very important, you must know by now that dan is a group 2 conjunction. Therefore the verb is directly next to it. And so if we put it in the past tense, you'll find that your het is also directly next to the 2 because 2 was originated from or came from the done word. Die man het oor die straat geloop. Loop gets kicked to the back of that first sentence because we're working in different sentences here. That's a conjunction, so therefore this is sentence 1 and this must be sentence 2. Die man het oor die straat geloop. 2, the done changed to 2 in the past. The sien now gets kicked to the back with a ge and it gets replaced with your het. Please follow the same structure when we're working with conjunctions. If it was a done in the present tense, in the past the het that will be next to the to, which was the done. It stays in the same place. Another example here, nadat. If you get a sentence, we have to start with nadat. This is obviously part of conjunctions, but because nadat, you have to put everything in the past afterwards. It's an important example to have here. Nadat die man oor die straat geloop het. Very important is your het jumps over the ge. Your het does not go before the geloop. It goes after the geloop. And then the comma, and then the other verb gets pushed to the front, to the middle. Sien hy die rooi lig. This part can also be put in the past tense. Het hy die rooi lig gesien. So you'll have two hets next to each other if you put that sentence in the past as well. Nadat die man oor die straat geloop het, not het geloop het, sien hy die rooi lig of het hy die rooi lig gesien. A next example with wanneer as the conjunction. Die man loop oor die straat wanneer hy eers die rooi lig sien. Eers toe die man oor die straat loop, sien hy die rooi lig. Or you can say, eers toe die man oor die straat geloop het, het hy die rooi lig gesien. The only important part here that you need to know and make note of, we'll get to the conjunctions at a later stage. The important part here is the done as wanneer nou that changes to the to's every time. This time we just started with wanneer here. We put the to in front. You must be able to tell that wanneer now changed to to, meaning they want you to put the sentence into the past tense. And the last example here, die man loop nou oor die straat en sien die rooi lig. Now must change to to. Die man het to, your loop gets kicked to the back, to oor die straat geloop en die rooi lig gesien. And with en as a conjunction, you can put sien and gesien at the back as well. Now, remember, no is not a conjunction. Done is conjunction 2, as is conjunction 3, wanneer conjunction 3. No is just a time word that can change into the past.